slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America.
Hey guys, welcome to the Harper Reading Room at the University of Chicago. This is Chloe Tan, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my setup and watch me setting up classes. So first thing we're going to do is actually to plan out my classes on my iPad. So I do use this method called calendar blocking. Probably you've heard of it before, but essentially you block out the pieces of time on your calendar, be it Google or iCalendar. I personally use iCalendar just because I've always found it to be slightly simpler to use. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is just to input my class schedule. So here, this is the my.UChicago, and I have all my classes, well, part of my classes for this year. I'm on the waiting list for 2, and I'm registering for 1 more. So at the end, I should end up with 5 classes, but as of now, I only have, I think, 2 or 3 that I'm going to input. So yeah, I would highly recommend you to take the extra time, put in the custom, specific days and timing, as well as the locations and the name of the class, just so because it's easier for you to keep track of, and you don't have to keep referring back to your my.UChicago page. So I always love to work on my iPad. It's a new system that I've recently used, actually. I got my iPad for Christmas, or a couple weeks before Christmas, and I've been using it to take notes, do my planning, and honestly, it's replaced my laptop, and I love it. The next thing that maybe not a lot of people do, but I, again, will always do this religiously, is once you get a class, and here's a syllabus for my econ class, they usually state when the exams are, midterm or midterms or final, and I always like to input those exam timings into my calendar as well, just so I don't have to keep referring back and have that, anxiety at the back of my head when I don't know when my exams would be. Sometimes I'll do this for assignments, but sometimes not. So here I'm just going to be scheduling some activities. So one of my New Year resolutions, as you will see later on in this video, is actually to start going to the gym. I've done a pretty bad job of following through with this first year and last quarter. So yeah, here's a flip through of what my schedule looks like right now. This is also my YouTube planner. So this is an app called GoodNotes 5, and I plan on my videos, and this is my weekly planner that I used to use when I first started using my iPad, but I've recently realized that I do like the feeling of writing down things, which brings me to my journal. So here I'm using the Moleskine 1-column planner. So here's a quick flip through. You have, some personal note pages, some project planning pages, a time zone, I guess, and a metric system, which I don't know why anyone would use that. But point is, you have some extra pages beforehand, and then it goes into the 1-column system. So I really found that I enjoy this instead of the weekly planner that I just showed you. So let's start off with our personal goals for 2020. The first one is going to be a little cliche, but for me, and I think for everyone, should be pretty important, which is to be happy, be content, and to take care of yourself. It's really easy to be stressed out, I think, in an environment like UChicago, or just any other like university or even high school that you're at, but it's always really important to take care of yourself. I need a reminder to focus on my, extracurriculars and academics and to enjoy school life. And of course, as a econ bro, you gotta do that recruiting. My major project is honestly YouTube, and here's a little snapshot of the videos that are coming soon, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see them. So I'm going to show you now how I preliminary plan out my day. So this is already after my first class, which is why I've only planned out part of it, but I always start out by writing all the tasks that I want to do for the day, or for the next 2 days, because you can see 2 days on the planner. And then I will allocate times for them in above. I drew this little dotted line myself just because this is preliminarily how I want to do this. So now I'm just inputting the timestamps that are not mandatory, so as in the time periods where I don't have class or don't have an event. So that's probably the time where I'll probably pull out this planner and start planning. So that's what my written planner will look like. So I know this is kind of a short video, but just to wrap up, I want to emphasize the importance of, staying happy, enjoying school life, and I'm really excited for this quarter. I have a bunch of videos planned, and don't forget to subscribe if you like to see them.